I'ma flex on my ex, flex on the hoe. You still be in my head, so I'ma let you know. I realize how much I want you when I let you.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today's video we take a look at what is Burp Suite Kali Linux and how you can install it. Hey. So without any further ado, let's jump into it. So the first thing that we need to understand here is what is Burp Suite and what does it do? When we open up our browser and then we type in burp. So basically Burp Suite is a web application security testing tool. Now there are various other tools out there such as OWASP, ZAP, but this one right here is the most widely used one. It provides a platform for performing various tasks such as vulnerability analysis, vulnerability scanning, manual testing, replay attacks, etc. When you install Burp Suite, you get 4 different modules. You have a proxy module, an intruder module, a scanner module, and an extender module. The first 3 are free to use, but the extender module has to be purchased separately. Now the extender module allows you to perform things like crawling of websites, brute force logins, website fingerprinting, etc. But if you don't have it, you can still perform the same task manually, which would just take a little bit longer. Before we move ahead and see how to install it, the next thing that we need to understand is what is Kali Linux and why are we installing it? What problem does it solve? Now before I tell you that, if you're new to cybersecurity, please consider subscribing because it really helps me grow. Alright, so let's say that you want to become a penetration tester or ethical hacker. In order to do that, you need to learn various tools and technologies. One of the most popular distributions among penetration testers is Kali Linux. Now why is that? Because Kali Linux comes pre-installed with almost all the tools that you might need as a penetration tester. Apart from these tools, it also has a virtual machine which contains various vulnerable machines that can help you practice your hacking skills. Okay, now that we know what both of these things are, let's move ahead and see how to install Burp Suite Kali Linux. To begin with, you just need to click on the link in the description below, which will take us to this page. From here you can see that we have 2 options, download and try. Click on download. Here we have 2 options, light and full. The full version comes with all the tools that I mentioned previously, whereas the light version only comes with the free tools. Since I have already installed the full version, I'm going to go with the light version in this case, so we'll download a zip file. All you have to do is unzip it and run the installer, accept the terms and conditions, and wait for the installation to complete. Once done, you can choose whether or not you want to install Kali, and whether or not you want to start a tutorial. In this case, I'm going to go with no for both. And here you can see that we have successfully installed the light version of Burp Suite. You can click on Finish and open it up. Now since I've already installed the full version, you may encounter this error message. In that case, simply uninstall the full version and then install the light version again. After doing that, you should be able to open up Burp Suite without any problems. Let's click on OK. Now that we have Burp Suite installed, let's take a look at the modules that come with it. So over here we have 4 different modules. As I mentioned earlier, the first 3 are available for free. Over here we have a proxy module, an intruder module, a scanner module, and an extender module. Now the first 2 modules are available for free, but the last 2 are not. Since we installed the light version, let's click on Help and About Burp. Here you can see that we have the license type is free and open source. Apart from this, you also get a serial number. Now if you install the full version, you would have had a serial number. But in this case, the serial number is demo, which means that it's not an actual serial number. But if you click on any of these links, it will open up your browser and then it will take you to the website where you can purchase the extender module. Moving on, let's take a look at each one of these modules. So over here we have the proxy module. The proxy module allows you to intercept the traffic between your browser and the internet. This allows you to modify the request or response headers, cookies, etc. This module is very useful while doing things like SQL injection, cross-site scripting, etc. Next we have the intruder module. The intruder module allows you to perform things like brute force logins, password cracking, etc. For example, let's say that we want to brute force a website. In that case, all we have to do is enter the URL over here and then specify the username and password. Then click on Start and it will start brute forcing the website. The next module that we have is the scanner module. This module allows you to scan websites for vulnerabilities. For example, let's say that we want to scan this website for vulnerabilities. All we have to do is enter the URL over here and then click on scan. The scan will start immediately. Once done, you can see that it has found some vulnerabilities. These vulnerabilities are ranked based on their severity. If you want to know more about a particular vulnerability, you can simply click on it and it will tell you everything about it. The last module that we have is the extender module. This module is not free, and we do and have it installed. But if you have it installed, you can click on this icon and then you can access the extender module. Let's move ahead and take a look at how to use the proxy module. In order to use the proxy module, we need to configure our network adapter to use Burp as a proxy. To do that, simply open up your command prompt and then type in ipconfig. Here you can see that we have two network adapters. The first one is Ethernet, which is connected to our router, and the second one is Wi-Fi, which is also connected to our router. Now, in order to use Burp Suite as a proxy, we need to configure both of these network adapters. To do that, simply copy the IP address and the port number. Open up your network connection settings and find the adapters. Click on Properties, and here under the Proxy section, paste the IP address and port number. Repeat the same for the second network adapter as well. Once done, simply close it and open up your browser. You should see this page. Simply click on OK. Now that we have configured the proxy module, let's move ahead and take a look at the scanner module. In order to use the scanner module, all we have to do is simply click on it and then enter the URL over here. Once done, simply click on Scan, and it will start scanning the website for vulnerabilities. The next thing that I want to show you is how to use the intruder module. To use the intruder module, all we have to do is simply click on it. Now here you can see that we have two options: automated attacks and manual attacks. Automated attacks are used to perform things like brute force logins, password cracking, etc. Whereas manual attacks are used to perform things like SQL injection, cross-site scripting, etc. In this case, I'm going to go with manual attack, and let us say that I want to do a brute force login. So I'll enter the target URL over here and then specify the username and password list. Once done, simply click on Start and it will start brute forcing the website. Alright, so that was a quick introduction to Burp Suite. There are many other things that you can do with Burp Suite, such as configuring the proxy module, configuring the scanner module, configuring the intruder module, custom messages, etc. If you want me to make a video on that, let me know in the comments section below. Now, since we installed Kali Linux, the next thing that I want to show you is how to install Burp Suite in Kali Linux. Installing it is very simple. All you have to do is open up your terminal and then type in sudo apt update. Once done, type in sudo apt, install Burp Suite. Here you can see that it is downloading the packages. Once done, simply press Y and it will start installing Burp Suite. This may take a few minutes. Once done, simply press enter and exit out of the terminal. Open up Burp Suite, and here you can see that we have successfully installed Burp Suite. Alright, so that was a quick video on what is Burp Suite and how to install it. If you like this video, please hit the like button. So let me know in the comments section below whether or not you want me to make a video on how to use Burp Suite. If you're new to cybersecurity, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.